Hi guys! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the devastating news that has sent shockwaves through the soap opera world and left millions of fans heartbroken. The legendary Tristan Rogers, who has portrayed the beloved super spy Robert Scorpio for over 4 decades, recently shared heartbreaking news that will forever change the landscape of Port Charles. The devastating diagnosis. At 79 years old, Tristan Rogers has been diagnosed with cancer, a revelation that came to light on July 17, 2025, through his publicist Anthony Turk. The Australian-born actor, who has been a cornerstone of ABC General Hospital since December 2, 1980, now faces the most challenging battle of his life. The specific type of cancer has not been disclosed, but the timing and circumstances surrounding this announcement have left fans and industry professionals deeply concerned about what lies ahead for both the actor and his iconic character. Rogers' representative stated that while the actor remains hopeful and is working closely with his medical team on a treatment plan, this is undeniably a challenging time for Tristan and his family. The statement emphasized the family's request for privacy and understanding as they face both emotional and physical burdens that come with this diagnosis. The outpouring of support from friends, family, and countless fans who have followed Robert Scorpio's adventures for decades has been overwhelming. The end of an era. The harsh reality facing ABC General Hospital fans is that Tristan Rogers will no longer be able to continue his participation in the long-running ABC soap opera. At 79 years old, cancer treatment presents significantly more challenges than it would for younger patients, making the prospect of returning to the demanding schedule of daily television production increasingly unlikely. This marks the potential end of one of daytime television's most enduring and beloved partnerships between actor and character. Rogers' portrayal of Robert Scorpio has been nothing short of legendary. From his debut during the Ice Princess storyline to his romantic entanglements with Anna Devane and Holly Sutton, Robert has been central to some of ABC General Hospital's most memorable moments. The character's involvement with the super couple Luke and Laura during their iconic 1981 wedding, which brought in 30 million viewers and remains the highest rated R in American soap opera history, cemented Rogers' place in television history. The character's uncertain future. What concerns fans most intensely is the question of what will happen to Robert Scorpio. The character has been such an integral part of ABC General Hospital's fabric that his absence would create a significant void in the show's storytelling landscape. Two primary scenarios seem possible. The character could be killed off definitively, or another actor could be brought in to continue portraying Robert Scorpio. Recent rumors circulating among soap opera insiders suggest that ABC General Hospital's writing team may be planning to stage a tragic traffic accident that would result in Robert's immediate death. This approach would provide a dramatic and definitive conclusion to the character's story while honoring Tristan Rogers' decades-long contribution to the series. Such a storyline would allow for powerful emotional scenes and could serve as a catalyst for major developments involving other characters who have been closely connected to Robert over the years. Sasha's Heartbreak. The potential death of Robert Scorpio would have devastating consequences for his recently discovered daughter, Sasha Gilmore Corbin, portrayed by Sophia Matson. The revelation that Robert is Sasha's biological father was one of the more recent major storylines on ABC General Hospital, finally giving Sasha the family connection she had been seeking since her arrival in Port Charles. If the rumored traffic accident storyline comes to fruition, Sasha would receive the devastating news through a phone call from the police. The timing of such a tragedy would be particularly cruel, as Sasha has only recently learned about her true parentage and has barely had the opportunity to develop a meaningful relationship with her father, having spent years believing she was Nina Reeves' daughter, only to discover that was an elaborate deception orchestrated by Valentin Casadini. Finding her real father in Robert represented a chance for genuine family connection. The emotional impact of losing Robert so soon after finding him would be overwhelming for Sasha. Having endured numerous traumas throughout her time on ABC General Hospital, including the loss of her infant son Liam, drug addiction, and various manipulations and betrayals, Robert's death would represent yet another devastating blow to someone who has already suffered more than her fair share of heartbreak. Jason's comfort and unexpected romance. In Sasha's moment of absolute despair, Jason Morgan would naturally step in to provide comfort and support. Jason, portrayed by Steve Burton, has a long history of being the person others turn to in times of crisis. His protective nature and genuine care for those he considers family would make him the perfect person to help Sasha through such a difficult time. The emotional intensity of the situation could lead to an unexpected romantic development between Sasha and Jason. In a moment of overwhelming grief and vulnerability, with Jason offering comfort and understanding, the two could find themselves drawn together in ways neither anticipated. This would not be entirely surprising given the emotional bond that can form between people who support each other through tragedy. The kiss that would develop between Sasha and Jason would be born from genuine emotion rather than calculated romance. It would represent a moment where two people, both of whom have experienced significant loss and trauma, find solace in each other's presence. For Sasha, Jason's strength and reliability would provide exactly the type of support she needs during her darkest hour. For Jason, his natural protective instincts would evolve into something deeper as he witnesses Sasha's pain and vulnerability. Britts' mysterious return. The most intriguing aspect of this potential storyline involves Britt Westburn's apparent return to witness the intimate moment between Sasha and Jason. This development would be particularly shocking for ABC General Hospital viewers, as Britt died tragically in January 2023 after being poisoned by the hook killer while attempting to save Jocelyn Jacks. Her death was definitively portrayed on screen, with her portrait being placed on the ABC General Hospital memorial wall alongside other beloved characters who have passed away. Britt's potential observation of Sasha and Jason's kiss raises fascinating questions about how the character might return to the storyline. Several possibilities exist. Perhaps Britt's death was not as final as it appeared. Maybe she survived the poisoning and has been in hiding. Or possibly this represents a dream sequence or hallucination experienced by one of the other characters. If Britt has indeed survived and remained hidden, her reasons for staying away from Port Charles would need to be compelling. Given her previous romantic relationship with Jason and her complex family dynamics with her mother Liesl Obrecht, Britt's return would have significant implications for multiple storylines. Her observation of Jason's intimate moment with Sasha could fuel jealousy, concern, or simply curiosity about how relationships have evolved during her absence. The broader impact on ABC General Hospital. Tristan Rogers' departure from ABC General Hospital represents more than just the loss of a single character. It symbolizes the end of an era for the long-running soap opera. Rogers has been part of the show's golden age, contributing to some of its most memorable and highest-rated storylines. His chemistry with co-stars like Finola Hughes and Emma Sands has created some of daytime television's most compelling romantic pairings. The potential death of Robert Scorpio would ripple through numerous other storylines and relationships. Anna Devane would lose her former partner and great love, while Holly Sutton would face the death of her ex-husband and the father of their child. Max Scorpio would lose his brother, and the entire Port Charles Police Department would lose one of its most dedicated and effective members. For the show's writers, Rogers' departure presents both challenges and opportunities. While losing such a beloved and central character is undoubtedly difficult, it also opens up possibilities for new storylines and character developments. The grief and aftermath of Robert's potential death could drive compelling drama for months to come, affecting not just Sasha but virtually every character who has been touched by Robert's presence over the decades. A legacy remembered. Regardless of how Robert Scorpio's story concludes, Tristan Rogers' contribution to ABC General Hospital and daytime television as a whole cannot be overstated. His portrayal of the Australian super spy has spanned multiple decades, surviving cast changes, story revolutions, and the evolution of television itself. Rogers' ability to seamlessly move in and out of the show, always fitting perfectly into whatever storylines were current, demonstrated his professionalism and deep understanding of the character. The actor's recent return to the show for what appears to be his final appearance, coinciding with Sophia Matson's departure as Sasha, provided a poignant bookend to both their characters' journeys. The fact that Rogers was able to film these final scenes despite his health challenges speaks to his dedication to the show and his fans. As ABC General Hospital moves forward without Tristan Rogers, the show faces the challenging task of honoring his legacy while creating new storylines that can capture viewers' imagination. The potential romantic development between Sasha and Jason, witnessed by the mysteriously returned Britt, could serve as the beginning of a new chapter in Port Charles' history, even as it marks the end of Robert Scorpio's remarkable journey. The coming weeks and months will reveal how ABC General Hospital chooses to address Roger's departure and whether the rumored storylines come to fruition. What remains certain is that Tristan Rogers has left an indelible mark on daytime television, and Robert Scorpio's legacy will continue to influence storylines and character relationships long after his potential departure from the canvas. Next, we will delve into the escalating drama surrounding Rocco Falconer's quest for truth as he gears up for a pivotal encounter with Lisa Albrecht. All while the shocking sighting of Britt Westburn adds layers of intrigue to his family's fragile bonds. In the heart of Port Charles, young Rocco Falconer finds himself at a crossroads, driven by an unquenchable thirst for clarity about his origins. Having fired off an urgent email to Lisa Albrecht, the formidable doctor with a complicated history, Rocco is determined to unearth the full story behind his birth and the mysterious circumstances that shaped his early life. Unlike the half-truths he's endured from those closest to him, Rocco seeks unfiltered honesty from Lisa, someone who hasn't spent years glossing over painful details. This bold move comes amid whispers of Britt Westburn's miraculous return from the presumed dead, a revelation that Jason Morgan stumbled upon in a tense moment captured in recent previews. As Rocco grapples with these bombshells, questions swirl. Could this meeting with Lisa not only illuminate hidden chapters of his past but also ignite a firestorm within his family? Inventing a new layer to this narrative, imagine Rocco discovering old family photos or cryptic letters from Britt's era, fueling his resolve to confront Lisa in person, perhaps at a neutral spot like the Metro Court, where secrets have a way of spilling out over coffee and confrontation. The potential fallout from Lisa's involvement looms large, threatening to fracture the already tenuous relationship between Rocco and his parents, Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri. Lisa, with her sharp wit and unapologetic demeanor, might unwittingly or deliberately sow seeds of division, positioning herself as the bearer of truths that Lulu and Dante have long buried. Adding depth to this tension, consider how Rocco's teenage angst amplifies every revelation. He's not just processing facts but reevaluating his entire identity, perhaps even journaling his thoughts late at night, haunted by dreams of a mother he never knew. The drama intensifies with Britt's apparent survival, spotted by Jason in a shadowy alleyway that hints at larger conspiracies involving old enemies like Peter August's lingering influence. Will this encounter twist the knife deeper into Lulu and Dante's backs, exposing old wounds, or could it unexpectedly pave the way for genuine healing? In a creative expansion, picture Lisa arriving with a mysterious keepsake from Britt, a locket containing a baby photo of Rocco, offering tangible proof that could either mend hearts or shatter trusts. At the core of Rocco's pursuit lies a deep-seated pain triggered by Lulu's long-standing secrecy and the inadvertent bombshell dropped by Brooklyn Quartermain during a heated family gathering. Brooklyn's revelation, meant as a jab in a moment of vengeance but landing like an unintended grenade, laid bare the shocking details of Rocco's birth and the surrogate twists that kept him from his biological parents for the first 7 months. Lisa, ever the protective mother figure to Britt, could view Rocco as a precious connection to her daughter. Whether she believes Britt perished in that tragic fall or harbors secret knowledge of her survival, perhaps through underground networks that have kept Britt hidden for safety. Elaborating on this, envision Lisa sharing untold anecdotes, like how Britt once sang lullabies to infant Rocco in a hidden nursery. Stories that paint Britt not as a villain but as a devoted guardian. Such narratives might stoke Rocco's growing mistrust toward Lulu and Dante, especially upon learning the full extent of their omissions. For a teenager navigating puberty's storms, absorbing that he bonded with another as his mother during those formative months feels like a betrayal of epic proportions, potentially leading to rebellious acts like skipping school or confiding in unlikely allies. The big question remains, will Lisa's revelations widen the chasm between Rocco and his parents, driving him into isolation, or provide the clarity needed to rebuild their fractured family unity? To add a fresh angle, suppose Rocco stumbles upon hospital records during his research, uncovering medical notes that hint at experimental treatments tied to his conception, further complicating his emotional landscape. Compounding the family's strife, Lulu and Dante are already reeling from the accidental unmasking of Giovanni Joe Palmieri as their biological son with Brooklyn. a secret that exploded like fireworks at a recent Quartermain event. This prior scandal has left Dante simmering with resentment and Lulu drowning in guilt, setting the stage for Rocco's potential alienation to deliver a devastating new blow. If Liesl spins tales that cast Britt as an innocent victim of circumstance, perfs detailing how Britt selflessly protected Rocco from dangers like the Casadini families, Mashashans Rocco's perception of his parents could shift dramatically, viewing them as the true deceivers. Inventing an extra dimension, imagine Dante overhearing a phone call between Rocco and Liesl, sparking a heated argument that echoes through their home, testing loyalties. Yet, Lulu and Dante aren't ones to surrender without a fight. Their determination to safeguard their bond with Rocco shines through, even as Liesl's influence presents an unforeseen hurdle. Drawing on support from extended family like the wise Laura Collins, who might mediate with her grandmotherly insight, or the resourceful Sonny Corinthos, who could leverage his connections to verify facts, they aim to counteract any poisonous narratives. But can their efforts withstand Liesl's calculated words, which might erode years of nurtured love, or will the family's foundation crumble under the weight? In a detailed twist, picture a family therapy session gone awry, where Rocco voices suppressed anger, forcing Lulu to confront her past choices head-on. Lulu's desperation reaches fever pitch, her world unraveling as she lashes out at Jason Morgan for his well-intentioned but explosive disclosure about spotting Britt Elevit perhaps in a bustling Port Charles park, where Jason's stunned expression mirrored fans' shock. This outburst, witnessed by onlookers and replayed in social media clips, underscores Lulu's fraying nerves, revealing a vulnerability that has captivated viewers. Laura's stern warning to Lulu, delivered during a tense mother-daughter tea at Kelly's diner, didn't go unheeded. She cautioned about the irreversible damage if Rocco slips away, painting vivid scenarios of a future filled with regret. Expanding on this isolation, Lulu feels adrift without Dante's full backing, compounded by the absence of her daughter Charlotte, who's off at boarding school amid custody echoes from Valentin Casadin's schemes. It's as if Lulu is marooned on an emotional island, battling waves of fear that her family is disintegrating before her eyes. To invent a poignant element, suppose Lulu pores over old baby albums late at night, tears-staining photos of Rocco's first steps, vowing to reclaim her son's trust through heartfelt letters or surprise visits. As the storyline unfolds, fans are left pondering how much more turmoil can Lulu endure before a breaking point, and will reconciliation emerge from this chaos? In wrapping up this tangled web of secrets and revelations, Rocco's impending meeting with Liesl Obrecht stands as a potential turning point for the Falconeri family, blending hope with heartache in true General Hospital fashion. With Britts' return adding fuel to the fire and Rocco's quest for truth pushing boundaries, Port Charles braces for emotional earthquakes that could redefine relationships forever. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates, and share your predictions in the comments. Will healing prevail, or will divisions deepen?